Alright, so in this one, I want to go over if you should summon on this Emperor of Evil Legends Limited Full Power Final Form Frieza banner. Is there enough value? Should you do it? And is it actually good for anyone's account? Now to go over the featured characters here, just to show them real quick, obviously the LF Frieza, LF Namek Goku pulled him, LF Frieza, Kid Buu pulled him as well, I think a lot of people did, Broly, Goten, Gohan, Revival Goku, Hit, and yeah, just the EX Super Saiyan Goku. Now, the EX Super Saiyan Goku and the Frieza, are they individually worth it? Well, the Frieza, okay, Frieza is about the level of Red Zamasu. Frieza at 6 stars is probably more comparable to Gohan than Zamasu, but he is nowhere near Gohan's level on Team Synergy. Now, if you don't know, Frieza's only on Powerful Opponent, Frieza Force, and a Lineage of Evil. Now, the only thing Frieza really has going for him on any of his teams is LOE with this Zenkai 7 Cooler, if you do have him, which I assume a lot of people do. He's giving this. This stuff right here, plus 4% damage inflicted, minus 5 to strike arts, blast arts, and special arts cost. Then he's giving this as well. Wait. Oh, this to himself, sorry. He's giving this to himself when he's on LOE, and then he's giving this to his allies, basically a baby Bardock, right? Applies flying effects to allied Lineage of Evil when this character switches standby, plus 35% to damage inflicted 20 timer counts, then plus 30% to the critical rate for 20 timer counts, and restores ki by 20. So, he's baby Bardock. What critical rate does is your chances of critting are higher, and crits go through, cover more frequently and do more damage. Crits go through type disadvantage better than non-crits. Crits just allow you to do a lot more damage with really no downside to them, besides the units that give crits typically aren't the best, right? You have Super Saiyan Bardock, who's very good, which is, I've said this a million times already, which is why Super Saiyan units post Super Saiyan Bardock are toned down, because Super Saiyan Bardock's actually good. You don't really see that LOE units. This Frieza is better than this Blue Cooler, and the reason for that is because Blue Cooler is pretty old of a Zenkai, 1. 2, he's pretty fragile, and 3, he just isn't as good as Bardock with the crits, because he's giving crit rate, and Bardock is giving crit rate, and if we look here, he's giving crit rate, and I forgot what the other one is called, hold on, crit rate and crit damage. So the damage on your criticals will be 70% higher, or up to a certain percentage higher. Then, with Cooler, it's just your chances of getting the crits are higher. You understand? There's a big difference where it's, one is just, okay, this is what you're gaining, just one of the attributes. Bardock giving double the attributes, and the second attribute he's giving is a lot more substantial than just critical rate. So, Frieza, his ideal team would be LOE / Powerful Opponent. Again, you're going to want to run with Blue Cooler and LF Frieza, I would say, because he wants to do blue cards this Frieza, just like every other Frieza unit, it seems like. They just want to do a really heavy-hitting blue card, even the yellow Full Power, the one that came out 2 years ago. The other one that's not, obviously, an LF, he wants to do blue cards, LF Frieza, this Frieza, Blue Cooler kind of wants to do blue cards as well, because he overpowers other blue cards with his own. They really want to focus on that, and that LF Frieza is going to make this guy's blue card do a lot more damage. But you have to understand two things about this. One, LF Frieza is not very good. He's okay tanky. He's not very tanky anymore. He's just okay, and that's me being generous. He is not going to hit hard, and his only real attribute is holding a blue card and his green card minus a sub count by 3 when you land it. It's really the only thing he's giving you. Besides support, he's not doing much else for you, and with that, I don't really think this banner is worth summoning for. Sure, it's nice to have Kid Buu on the banner. Sure, it's nice to have Namek Goku if you don't have him 7 stars, build up these tickets, build up the Z power if you summon a lot, and then get him 7 stars. LF Broly is okay, he's nice, he's not amazing, he's just an alright option. Goten and Gohan, you probably already had them decent stars. If not, then sure, but you're not going to go for these other LFs, right? You're probably going to go for maybe Kid Buu, Frieza, and then Broly if you're really going for this banner. Or maybe Namek Goku if you want to build a Frieza Saga team, which is actually pretty good without Namek Goku. But besides that, the other Sparkings, Rival Goku returning, Hit returning for the first time, It's okay. Rival Universe is in a good spot. Blue Goku is replaced by Zenkai 7 Super Saiyan Blue Goku in every department. Trunks and Mai, not very good. Angel Vegeta, you probably already have him, slash... If you don't have him by now, then you really don't care about a Saiyan team. DKP, best purple for regen. That's about it. Regen isn't necessarily the greatest team right now, so you could obviously do better. This Broly is a good health bench for a powerful opponent. Green 21's replaced. Yamcha and Launch just aren't good enough. Red DPS Frieza is okay with this new LF Frieza and Cooler. This Super Saiyan Vegeta is mid. Cooler is actually pretty slept on here. I don't know why, but people just sleep on him. Then the other returning units are pretty old and not really substantial in any regard, right? Yeah, there's really nothing here that's like, ooh, gotta pull for that. Then we have this Super Saiyan Namek Goku. Is he worth pulling for? No. Firstly, he's an EX, so he has lower rates than your units such as LF Frieza and the other LFs on the banner. You'll probably pull more often than you'll pull this guy. Even with the EX step guaranteed every step 3, your chances of pulling him just aren't high. There's no double rate step, there's no free step, there's just the EX step, and that's your best opportunity. And if you don't get him there, then you're most likely just not going to pull him. Because remember, on this banner, it's either an LF when you get Nimbus, and or this EX Goku, unless that's on your guaranteed sparking ticket if you decide to get that. This Goku, if we go over him here, because I feel like people won't go over him much because he's just an EX. The Ties That Bind Us, draw a special arts card next, restores own ki by 60, plus 30% damage inflicted by allies for 50 timer counts, and increases own arts card draw speed by 1 level. The ability is double defense for Frieza Saga. I believe it just stays like that for his entire kit until 14 stars. Unique, flying into a Fury, applies flying effects to self when this character enters the battlefield, plus 70% damage inflicted 15 timer counts, reduced damage received by 25% for 15 timer counts, and minus 5 to blast starts cost for 15 timer counts. Then, his other unique, Unfaltering Spirit, applies flying effects to self when battle starts, reduced damage, next damage sustained by 50%, cannot be cancelled. Now, to go over that real quick before we read the rest, that is tap attacks, that is tap blast, anything can make that proc. So, just like EX Red Gogeta, they tap attack you, you lose that cut. Please understand that. This applies until enemy combo is finished. Then he gets plus 50% to key recovery. Applies flying effects to self after enemy attack is over. Activates once. Plus 20% to damage inflicted and reduced damage received by 20%. So, is he good? This is really good for a Frieza Saga team. This guy is on Saiyan, Super Saiyan, Sun Family, and Frieza Saga. This is very good for Frieza Saga because they have an okay support with Ultra Vegeta. You don't really want to rock EX Krillin necessarily because of Ultra Vegeta just being a lot better. But if you would, it would be more a purple-blue setup with Namek Goku. That's probably the ideal thing with that. But if you want to run a full color wheel and you do end up pulling this guy, he would be an okay option. More or less the only green option, not really a great option, just the only option that exists. So having okay support and increases his own card draw speed to stall out combos isn't terrible. He's just not going to hit that hard. And he gets 70% here, he gets 20% or 30% here for his allies. So really, he's not going to do too much. 90% total if he takes enemy attack is over. And that's about it. Is that great? No. Is it worth it? No. And overall, I'll be honest, with this big LOE update, honestly, because that's all this really is, like, to be honest. If we just look here, right? Look at the events, what do we have? 2 things for LOE units daily. 100 Z power every single day for Blue Cooler, Yellow Frieza. Both for Zenkais, both for LOE. I'm just assuming at this point, and I know I'm beating a dead horse, this Zenkai's inevitable. This Zenkai has to be coming soon, right? Like, tell me I'm wrong. It doesn't make sense why they would drop an LOE, LF, then not Zenkai, another LOE unit. The only thing I could see them doing that'd really be like a fuck you, / not really a fuck you, just like, that kind of stings, is Zenkaiing this guy. But I want to say I don't see that happening, but then again, we did get that, Red Revival Cell 1 week after they Zenkai'd the Red Perfect Cell, which technically isn't the same character because, he revives. It's after Gohan, or after Goku brings him to King Kai's planet, then blows up, blah, 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 blah. So technically, it's not the same character in totality, but it's similar enough to where you're like, okay, that was kind of scummy to, release this Zenkai that's pretty okay against the meta, because it was up against Super Saiyans, and Super Saiyans were really good with, the yellow Goten, green Trunks, and LF red Gohan. Then they released a rival Cell to kind of scumbag you over. It was like, that kind of stings. I don't see them doing that. One, because, look, LOE needs the help. Zenkai, this guy, it'd be cool, but it really isn't necessary with the cut and everything that this guy gets. Like 65% cut when he covers in, reduces balls. He's like a very good disruptor, this Frieza, that's going to do very good blue card damage and hit hard on his ultimate. He's just an overall really good unit, the LF, and I don't see them fucking him over by Zenkai, this guy, who would easily, overshadow that guy by a mile, because this guy is decent damage inflicted with his main and blue card combo. Because you get 100%, then you have that bleed, nullify endurance as well. Like, he'd be really good, this guy, and a defense type for LOE/powerful opponent really wouldn't be bad. Plus, he does double buff defenses for Frieza Force, and we do know a pool, robbery, that whole gang is coming to Legends. So, the more I think about it, the Zenkai probably seems more true and true and true. But again, I really don't believe it fully in my heart of hearts. I do think LF Frieza will get it just because they want this Frieza to be good, the LF, the new one. Because they nerfed him in a sense, right? They had it where they kind of didn't give Frieza a lot of damage inflicted because of LF Frieza's blue card holding and the support he does allow and the healing he does allow for other LOE and Frieza Force members. I don't know. I personally just see this guy being a more ideal situation. Now, I know Legends isn't really about ideal situations for the players, obviously with this new banner format and these coins that probably aren't the greatest for a lot of, like 99% of the player base, but I do think they have a heart somewhere in them that they would Zenkai LF Frieza before anything. So, yeah, I would say hold off. We are going to get Zenkai next week. I assume it's going to be an LOE buff /Frieza Force /powerful opponent, but something that's in similarity to this LF Frieza that either replaces him or amplifies him even more, just like we got with, let's say, Turles. He was a replacement option if you don't pull the Revival Gohan, right? Kind of like that scenario might exist, but I don't know. It's a hunch, it's a guess, but with that guess, I would say this banner's not worth it for multiple reasons, but with that being the cherry on top of a LF Frieza /powerful opponent unit Zenkai should be on the way next week. The other reasons would be the banner's just not good. It's the same thing as Super Saiyan 4 GT Goku. It's just that this LF is actually decent. Well, good, I'll say. This Frieza's good. While Super Saiyan 4 GT Goku is replaced and was mediocre on release. So, yeah. The banner format's not good. The units on the banner aren't that good. If you saw my summons, I went like 30k total with the other video earlier for 1 PM. I did like 3k or something. So I went 28k total and pulled almost every other LF. Actually, no, I missed 3 LFs. I missed 2. I didn't miss Goten and Broly, right? I think that's it. I think I pulled Gohan. But yeah, chances to get Frieza are pretty low. The opportunity to get something you actually need besides Frieza is extremely low because, once again, only one Sparking, only one EX is new. I wish that Super Saiyan Goku was a Sparking. Probably would have made his kit a lot better and actually made a decent Super Saiyan /Green unit for Namek Saga, but not much you can do when Legends says, okay, here's your 4th LF banner in a row, and you just gotta smile and wave. It's a good skip for a lot of people. Save your CC. Again, you're not supposed to summon on every single banner in this game, and this is definitely a banner you do not need to summon on to gain an advantage in PvP if you really care for it. And besides, focus on your Ultra Vegeta. Like, you don't need the new units to do the co-op. You can use, like, UI Goku, I think Purple Turles, this Frieza, of course, but you don't even need them. Like, there is no necessity for this Frieza on any team. It's just a nice option to have. Because, again, you have Powerful Opponent, you have Yellow DKP, you have LOE, which really isn't a great team still with this guy. But if you really want to run it, you don't even need a yellow option. Like, you could run red cooler, green cooler, even if you really beg for a yellow option, you could have had that Zenkai 7 yellow Frieza. If you're an LOE main, you probably already have him. And he is a little worse than this full power Frieza if you have him, let's say 3 stars, but again, it's not really a big deal because LOE's not that great overall anyways. So having this guy wouldn't, you know, oh, he's going to insta-fix LOE. No, he's just going to help it. Barely, like, to be honest. He's not even helping it that much. And then Frieza Force is going to get buffs with the pool and all of them. So, yeah, this banner, probably the bigger skips. You know, I did a whole video saying skip the 3rd anniversary banners when they drop, because just the units weren't great, and I still agree with that. The units still aren't great. The Gohan banner units are just better than the initial 3rd anniversary banners, and I still wholeheartedly agree with that. And this is just the same scenario, right? This unit's great, but it's just not as great as what we've gotten, and what will probably proceed in the next week / few weeks of probably an All-Star banner in 2 weeks, the Zenkai next week, whatever it will be. This banner just doesn't give you enough value for what you're putting in, which would be the minimum, I don't know, let's say 15k CC, and that's a lot of CC that you could save for another LF and another LF banner with maybe 2 sparkings on it, 2 new EXs instead of 1 sparking LF and 1 EX. Not great value, and to actually note, that EX GT Super Baby that came on the Super Saiyan 4 Goku banner returned like 2 banners later. So if you really care about the EXs, this Goku will probably be back in like 2 or 3 banners from now, which you won't even care about him at that point. So really, you're not losing out on anything if you're skipping this banner. Again, let me know what you guys think of this whole video, if you agree or disagree. Do you think this Frieza is good or bad? I put a poll up about it before his, or right after his kit dropped. Vote on that if you haven't. Let me know you guys' thoughts on him. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of all this. And I'll see you guys in the next one.